Hey everybody, this is Ready Unknown Fox, and this time I'm going to be doing Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. And with me as a Skype guest, I have the Breeze. Let's see. I will be this guy. I'll use A as my buzz-in. And let's see who I'll be taking on. I'll be taking on Carol and Kurt. Let's play Jeopardy! And the categories for the first round are as follows. Fathers, movie monsters, musical instruments, anatomy, artists, and finally, for the kids. And I get to start things off since I'm in the first part. Fathers for 100, please. This actor, the father of triplets, was just a boy on the Waltons. That's it. I am correct. Fathers for 200. He was a mother of invention, but father to Moon Unit and Dweezil. Yep. Let's continue on. We'll do fathers for 300. He shows up for New Year's with an hourglass and a scythe. It is father time. Uh-huh. Fathers for 400. Percy Kilbridge played him in a series of rural comedies. Repeat that, please. Alright, so PA, P-A. Alright. Yes! And let's finish off the category for 500. He was father to Queen Elizabeth I. Let's see what Carol did. And she is saying it is Henry VIII. It's okay, though. It's okay. We're going for the kids for 100. Number in common to blind mice, bags of wool, and men in a tub. What is 3? It is 3. For the kids, 200. He was the sleeping sheep and cow herder. Yep. Alright, for the kids for 300. Show which features Alistair Cookie's Monsterpiece Theater. Uh-huh. For the kids for 400. Janet and Mark have replaced this classic reading premier pair. Who is it again? Dick and Jane. Uh-huh. Alright, now for 500. This fairy tale cat could fill JR's shoes. Yep. 2,500 at this point. Let's continue on. Let's do movie monsters for 100. In the 1976 remake, he fell from the World Trade Center. Of course. Movie monsters for 200. In Japan, he's known as Gojira. Of course. 2,800. Let's continue on. Movie monsters for 300. In Young Frankenstein, he put on the Ritz as Frankenstein's monster. Yep. Same category for 400. Bram Stoker popularized this monster, the one most often portrayed in movies. Who is Dracula? It's Dracula. Movie monsters for 500. These giant insects were the title monsters in them. Kurt rings in, and he doesn't know. So he's wrong. I don't know, so I'm not going to ring in. The answer was... Oh, Carol rung in time. She got it right. Musical instruments for 100. Goodman's Licorice Stick. Yes. Instruments for 200. Afro-Cuban skins that kept the beat for beatnik poetry. Let's try it. It is bongos. I'm on a roll. 300. Percussive plates that serve up a din. It is cymbals. Let's keep it going. Musical instruments for 400. Ravi Shankar inspired George Harrison to use this instrument with the Beatles. What is the sitar? Alright, musical instruments for 500. Plucked instrument brought to the U.S. by slaves, now a fixture in bluegrass. The what? Oh yeah, the banjo. I didn't ring it in time though. Artist for 100. Eugene Delacroix wrote, "The first virtue of painting is to be a feast for these." Carol rings in, and she doesn't know, so she's wrong. Eugene Delacroix wrote, "The first virtue of painting is to be a feast for these." Feast for, what are the eyes? That's what I heard. That's it. Artists for 200. Charles Dana Gibson's wife was the model for this gay 90s symbol of beauty. I don't either. Kurt rings in. The Gibson girl. The Gibson girl is what we were looking for. Artist for 3. Edward Hicks, best known for the Peaceable Kingdom, was a minister in this religion. Carol rings in. And she doesn't know it. She doesn't know. But again, neither do I. Kurt rings in. The Quaker. Yes. It is the Quakers. Alright, where are we going next? Artist for 4. These two Van Gogh paintings with floral titles each sold for more than $39 million in 1987. Kurt rings in. Sunflowers and irises. That's it. Sunflowers and irises. Alright. Artist for 5. Modigliani gave up this form of art in 1915, partially because materials were too expensive. Carol rings in. Sculpture. It is sculpture. Now there's only one clue left. The Daily Double's in there, somewhere. The adult size of this J-shaped organ can hold about a quart of chop suey. It is the stomach. Anatomy for 200. The eye's clear outer layer where a soft lens wearer makes contact. Carol rings in. And she doesn't know it, so she's wrong. That's wrong, it showed. Kurt rings in, and it's the cornea. I still had no clue. For 300, connected to the nasal area, these 4 sets of empty cavities make us all airheads. Kurt rings in, and he doesn't know, so that's wrong. I don't know it. Carol rings in. It's the sinuses. Alright, 2 clues left. 400. The body's largest internal organ. I think I know it. I'm going to say, what is the liver? That's it. And the last clue is mine. The last clue is mine. Anatomy. The last clue is mine. It's the daily double. I have 5,100. For an even 6,000 going into Double Jeopardy. Here we go. Though lacking tails, we don't lack this, anatomically called a coccyx. Yes. That's it. So 6,000 going into Double Jeopardy. Carol has 1,200, and Kurt has 800. Here are the categories for Double Jeopardy. The categories are as follows. U.S. states, nicknames, world geography, P's and Q's, both in quotes, historic quotes, and finally, Tennessee Williams. So, P's and Q's. Looks like I get to start things off in Double Jeopardy, since I have the most money. Alright, let's do U.S. states for 200. 13th to enter the Union. It must have been Providence, or we'd have a flag with 12 stripes. It is Rhode Island. Of course I'm correct. Let's continue on. U.S. states for 400. While New York is the Empire State of the North, this is the Empire State of the South. But I have no idea. Carol. She doesn't know. So that's wrong. It's not XXX. Does Kurt know it? He doesn't. Should I go on ahead and try Georgia? I don't want to. Oh, what? I would have been... Yeah, it is Georgia. It's okay, though. Shake it off. It's fine. It's fine. U.S. states from 600. 600 U.S. states. The geographic center of this state is Delaware, 25 miles north of Columbus. Is Delaware, 25 miles north of Columbus. Kurt rings in, and he says it is Ohio. It's fine. Where are we going next? World geography for 2. Bigger than the entire world's land surface, it's the Earth's largest ocean. What is the Pacific Ocean? It is the Pacific. World geography for 400, please. 1869, completion of this waterway separated Africa from Asia. It is the Suez Canal. Alright, world geography for 6. The smallest country in the world is located entirely within the city of Rome. It is Vatican City, I know that for a fact. Let's go to world geography for 800. The Sierra Nevada range contains this country's highest peak, the 11,411-foot Mohican. Kurt rings in. Spain. P's and Q's for 2. In area, it's New York City's largest borough. It is Queens. Alright, P's and Q's for 400, please. Technically, this is a trademark name for table tennis. Of course. Let's keep going with P's and Q's. This time we'll do it for 600. The tails of this airline's plane all sport kangaroos. Spell that for me, please. Q-A-N-T-A. Yes. P's and Q's for 800. On a typewriter, Elite Type gives you 12 characters per inch, while this type gives you 10. Spell. What? Hold on. Oh yeah, I misspelled it. My bad. P's and Q's for 1,000. This author of Boris Godunov is widely viewed as the greatest Russian poet of all time. Spell. P-U-S. P-U-S-H-A-I. Okay. That's more like it. That puts me back up. That gives me my lost money. That's one category down. Let's get rid of another one. World geography for 1,000. The tropics lie between the tropics of Cancer and this. Even I knew that. It is Capricorn. Alright, U.S. states for 800. Both Sun Valley and the craters of the moon are tourist attractions in this state. Carol rings in. Idaho. Nicknames for 2. When this actor was a child, he was nicknamed after his dog, Duke. Yep. That puts me right now at an even 10,000. Nicknames for 400. Mighty Man at the Bat, or Engineer John Jones. Who is Casey? Nicknames for 600. The Robin Hood of modern crime, Simon Templar. I don't know. Carol rings in. She doesn't know. So that's wrong. I have no idea. Does Kurt know it? He does not. I, however, do not know it. I'm not buzzing in. The Saint. It's still my board, though. Nicknames for 800. The shape of the original Coke bottle and the World War II life preserver were named for her. Kurt rings in, and he doesn't know. So that's wrong, Gift Showed. That's wrong, Showed. Does Carol know? She does. Mae West. Where to next? Nicknames for 1,000. Nickname of gangster Benjamin Siegel, but his friends never called him it. Kurt rings in, and he doesn't know. He's at minus 600. I don't know. And Carol rings in. Bugsy. She got it. Where'd you next, Carol? Historic quotes for 200. He is his own worst enemy, was said first by Cicero about this Roman leader. Kurt rings in. Yep, that's what it is. He's still at minus 400, though. Tennessee Williams for 200. It's the first of the 2 daily doubles. You can only risk 1,000. And he didn't know. Season he paired with, it was Summer. So he's at minus 1,400. Historic quotes for 4. In 1500, he asked to be judged as a captain who went to the Indies to conquer a people. Kurt rings in again. Christopher Columbus. You're still doing horribly, though. U.S. states for 1,000. Francis Scott Key didn't have to leave this, his home state, to spend the night near Fort McHenry. It is Maryland. Alright. Historic quotes for 600, please. The other Daily Double. I'm at 11,400. I was thinking around that. And the answer is this. President who said this nation has man's first chance to build a great society. I'm going to say who was Franklin D. Roosevelt. No, that's not it. Lyndon Johnson is who you were looking for, not Roosevelt. It's okay, though. I'm at 9,800. It's still good. 800 historic quotes, please. Irish revolutionary John Curran is said to be the first to say this is the price of liberty. Kurt rings in. He doesn't know. That puts him at minus 1,800, so he's not doing pretty well. Carol rings in, and she doesn't know. Irish revolutionary John Curran is said to be the first to say this is the price of liberty. I don't know. Eternal vigilance. It's still my board, though. Historic quotes for 1,000, please. We are in a period of cold peace, said this Secretary General of the United Nations. Kurt rings in. Try give Lee. That's it. Only gets him to minus 800, and it's his board now. Tennessee Williams for 400. The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone was one of only 2 he had published. Screenplay. No, it's not screenplays. Let's see if Kurt knows. Novels. Tennessee Williams for 600. Play which featured a gentleman caller and was originally called The Gentleman Caller. Yep, it is a glass menagerie. I'm at an even 10,000 now. Tennessee Williams for 800. His real first name. It is Thomas. Now the last clue. Tennessee Williams for 1,000. He wrote his third act of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at the request of this stage and screen director. Kurt rings in. If he gets this right, he'll stay for Final Jeopardy. Yep. Ilya Kazan. So you will be around for Final Jeopardy. Only with $600 though. I have 10,800 and Carol has 2,800. We go to Final Jeopardy. And the Final Jeopardy category is historic names. Okay, I have 10,800. Just 200? Why not? And it's this. His dime novels made Buffalo Bill legendary. Honestly, I don't either. So I'm going to go on ahead and just give a dumb answer. Who was Corey Lawrence? The answer is Ned Buntlin. Kurt did not get it, so he's wrong. Carol got it correct. She wagered 700, but I got it wrong. I still overall win with $10,600, and I get to start a run. So 10,600 is the starting run for Jeopardy Sega Genesis edition. And I get to start a run with that, and of course there will be a lot more coming soon. But for now, this is Ready Unknown Fox saying thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all in my next video coming soon.